Well, Marina's new album is almost here. Hi, my name is Charles, and today I'm going to be listening to Marina's old album, The Family Jewels, just in preparation to be, ready for her new album that's coming out this upcoming Friday. So this is Marina's first album, and it came out in 2010, so it's been about 11 years since this album came out, so I don't know how this is gonna sound, but you know what? Listening to Fruit and also Electra Heart, that's the other album's name, those two albums, her second and third albums, they both pretty much like held the test of time, so I'm expecting this album to do the same. As I said at the start of this video, Marina's new album, Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, comes out this upcoming Friday. So not the Friday that this probably is going to come out around, but like the next week on June 11th. So I just had to make sure I listened to like a bunch of her albums before listening to that album. I clearly have not gotten to Love and Fear, and I probably will not get to that for a while because once I listen to Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, I'm probably gonna like cool it with listening to Marina's music. I'm gonna listen to all the music that I've heard from her, but I'll save Love and Fear for later down on the line. Love and Fear is a long album too. I saw that it was like two EPs, like Love and then Fear, like then they like put them both together to make Love and Fear the album, so I'm not really rushing to listen to the album because long albums usually get tiring to listen to, so I'm just like, I will save that album for later. But anyways, we're here to listen to Marina's album, The Family Jewels, so hopefully it's good, and yeah, let's just get into the album now. So the first song is called Are You Satisfied? And baby, let's see if I'm gonna be satisfied with this song. Was just about a change. Ooh. If Marina's gonna do one thing, it's serve great production in her songs. Not me. I don't know. Sometimes. So that was Are You Satisfied? And to me, this song is really asking the question, are you satisfied with your life? Because in the song, she's talking about, do you want just a normal, average life? And my mind's just like, no, I don't. Do you want an easy ride through life? No, I don't. But at the same time, I do, kind of. And it's like, do you have to lie to get the things you want in life? And it's kind of like, yes, sometimes. And I'm just like, baby, being satisfied with your life is hard because people want things and I want things and I want better for myself. So I don't know. Are you satisfied? The answer for me is at the end of the day, this is a very cute song, but it was very simplistic and it didn't really hit as hard as I thought it was going to hit. Usually Marina's openers have a little bit more oomph than this one, but you know what? This is just an opener, so it's fine, but as I said, I thought it was going to pack a little bit more punch, so let's move on to the next song already. The next song is called Champagne, spelled weirdly with a P-A-I-N as the N for pain, so what is this going to be? Okay, what is this bridge gonna serve? Oh, there was no real bridge. Okay, so that was Champagne, and from the song title, I was like, okay, clearly this probably has to do with something about like feeling pain because it's like champagne, it's spelled with P-A-I-N at the end, so I was like, something about drinking probably, and like drowning your sorrows and all that, and this song basically was that in a nutshell. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling this song. I mean, I felt like it was pretty repetitive and I was waiting for a bridge, but instead of a bridge, we just got like an instrumental breakdown in the place where the bridge would have been, so I don't know, I was kind of disappointed, but yeah, that's just how I felt about this song, so moving on. The next song is called I Am Not a Robot. So that was I Am Not a Robot. And to me, this song was basically saying like, yeah, I'm not a robot. I have feelings too. So I'm going to express those feelings and you guys should too. Did that rhyme? I think it rhymed. But yeah, that's what I got from this song. And I don't know. This is song number 3. And so far with all 3 songs, I get the messages in the songs, but I'm just not feeling the songs in general. They're just okay, so I don't know if this whole album's gonna be like that, but if it is gonna be like that, I'm just like, interesting. But then again, this is her debut album, so I gotta give her some leeway for the song's not super popping, but the messages still popping. I mean, it's just so interesting. I don't know, starting from Fruit to Electra Heart and now the Family Jewels, I see the growth as an artist that Marina has had, but at the same time, I'm expecting her to be serving Fruit and Electra Heart energy, but with this, it feels so toned down. So I should have known that it probably wouldn't be the same like Electra Heart or Fruit, but this album so far is just so toned down production wise and also vocally and lyrically. I'm just like, it just all feels so simple and I'm just not used to that from Marina. Anyways, moving on to the next song, which is Girls. What is this haunty sound? Oh, are we in a fun house? That's what it feels like. I don't know how I feel about Marina's vocal delivery in this song, you guys. Okay, this is something. So that was Girls, and clearly the song is trying to tackle, things that women have to go through, things that they are like, society puts on them, basically. And my mind is just like, I get that, but girl, it is so plain what you're saying. I mean, Marina really at this point in her career, like what was it, like 2009, 2010 is when this album came out. So she probably wrote this around 2008, 2009, but it feels just so plain. It feels so simplistic. It feels like anyone could have wrote it. So far with all the songs, this is song 4. So all these songs so far just feel like they don't have like a signature feel to them. Like anyone could have written this. It probably was like built out of a pop machine, out of a studio. And I'm just like, when is it popping, Marina? Because I know you, and seeing this as your debut album, I would have thought it would have been stronger. But it really, to me, feels like Electra Heart is where you finally popped off. But with this album so far, I'm just like, where is it, Marina? Where is it? I'm trying to search for what makes you you, but I'm not finding it. So far, anyway. Seriously, the production of this song was giving me fun house, and it could have been really cool, but I just felt like at the end of the day, the lyrics were too plain, and Marina's vocals for the most part were very weird. It was very weird. I mean, the only part of the song I really enjoyed was the bridge, because the lyrics were going off, and the production was really helping the lyrics and the vocals, so I was like, yes, but other than that, I was just like, no, this song is just not it. The next song is called Margolis Road. Okay, something with a stronger production. Okay, let's see what she's gonna give us this time around. That was good. Okay, so that was Margolis Road, and first off, I gotta say, I just learned that this was the lead single on this album, and my mind is blown because I would not choose this song at all. I mean, I know I read that Marina said that she knew this wasn't gonna be popular, but she wanted it to be the lead, but girl, I know the essence of the song is basically you saying you don't know who you want to be. Do you want to go down this road or do you want to go down that road? It's like, do you want to go down the industry path? Do you want fame or do you want to be who you are and just do what you're going to do? And I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, this song just, I don't know. It just didn't click. I mean, I even get the reference they're talking about, like Mowgli, the guy from the Jungle Book, and all that, and about fitting in. But I don't know. I just was like, girl, something about this just did not click. A lot of these songs in this album just aren't clicking with me. There's a part in the song, like I think about 2/3 of the way in, when she goes into like a kind of crescendo, and it's like da 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 da, and I'm just like, yes, girl, where it's kind of like an animal sound. Her voice sounds like an animal call, which kind of matches the production with the animal sounds in the background, and I was like, that was cool. But other than that, I was like, it just feels like so plain. And this song is basically just like, do you want to be the industry fame route or do you want to be yourself? And she doesn't know, but my mind is like, girl, it seems like with this album, you kind of leaned into being the industry like plant, because this album really to me is lacking like a very artistic like feel. It feels like all these songs can be like just made by anyone. I mean, a good example is Taylor Swift's The Man. It's a good song, which I like a lot, but it's undeniable that that song feels like it could be written by anyone. So that's what this whole album is giving me, and it's like I'm not really even vibing to the album. So I'm like, girl, something went off. Something went off with this album, and I would like to know what. The next song is called Obsessions. Ooh, okay, a ballad. She's really good at ballads, so let's see if it is a serve. Okay, I'm really feeling this song. First song since Are You Satisfied that I'm really feeling. Okay, so that was Obsessions, and this is the first song in a while on this album that I'm feeling, yes, I can see Marina, the artist that I know, because this song has a deep meaning on it about, like, you know, being obsessed with this person, and is this relationship good or not? Because it feels like there are a lot of things in this relationship that can be hurting me and also the other person in the relationship, and I was like, yes, this is what I know Marina to be talking about usually. I mean, the production was not as good as the songs on, like, you know, Fruit and Electra Heart, but the production here was like more vibrant, and even though it was slow tempo, it was like more lively than any of the other songs of this album. I mean, it just really felt more like Marina, if you know what I mean. The song overall really felt more like Marina than anything else I've heard on this album. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this album, but this is the first song really on the album that I'm just like, yes, I can see the glimmers of what I know Marina to be like. So I don't know what happened with the rest of it, but I felt like all the other songs just feel so plain. But this song, and maybe even like Mowgli's Road, those two songs, I'm like, yes, I see like the fragments of Marina in there. But yeah, Obsessions, it's a good song, one of the best songs on this album for me. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next song is called Hollywood. Interesting. Really? I mean, I can see Catherine, but Shakira? Okay, so that was Hollywood, and clearly Marina is just like, girl, I do not like what's going on in Hollywood. I mean, she's talking about how it's like brainwashing you into thinking about certain things, and you get like absorbed in pop culture of, you know, Hollywood and all that. But, you know, it's toxic. And she said that I went down this wrong path, but you know what? I found my way out, and I'm not gonna be like all the other people in Hollywood. I'm gonna be me. And I'm just like, girl, a repetitive theme throughout this album and also your other works, but I feel like you communicate it way better in like your other albums than you do in this album so far. Oh my god, the third verse of this song where she goes, a fat security making play for me. Soon as I touched down in old LA, he said, oh my god, you look just like Shakira. Shakira? I don't see that. But when she goes, no, you're Catherine Zeta. Actually, my name's Marina. Nice little rhyme there. But also, I can see the Catherine Zeta-Jones, like, resemblance. I mean, isn't Catherine Zeta-Jones Welsh, too? So I'm like, yeah. Also, I gotta give props to the chorus of the song, because when she goes, Hollywood infected your brain, you wanted kissing in the rain, oh, I've been living in a movie scene, puking American dreams. I'm obsessed with the mess that's America. And I'm like, girl, aren't we all? Aren't we all? I don't know how America and like Hollywood has like a gorilla grip on people's minds, but it does. And I'm just like, it ain't the healthiest, but it just is something so beautiful in a sense, something that you just can't stare and can't get your mind off of. I'm just like, people who don't think about like Hollywood and, you know, the pop culture at all, I'm just like, what are their brains filled with? I would like to know. I would like to know. The next song is called The Outsider. Sitting on the outside, observing the fun. These people are waiting here. Okay, see, this is giving me some style. Is there more to lose than gain if I go on my own, okay, on my own again? I'm sorry, 'cause I'm a fucking wild card. These people are waiting here. It's on the outside. Okay, so that was The Outsider, and clearly this song is basically her saying that, look, I'm an outsider. I mean, I try to fit in, but I just end up on the outside again and again. And I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. And yeah, I'm just like this song, very simple, like I say with mostly all the other songs on this album. Very simple message, very simple lyrics, but the production and also Marina's vocals in the song really take the song up a notch from the other ones that are just okay and plain, so at least it got that going for it. The next song is called Guilty. Did she just say she killed a dog? So that was Guilty, and my mind was like, what is this song about? And when I looked at the lyric closer, I was like, okay, so clearly she's guilty about, I don't know, killing like her friend's dog that she was like looking after or something, and now she has to live with that guilt and secrecy is like killing her. I guess that is what this song is about. I mean, I guess on the surface, I don't know if there's anything deeper to this song than that, but looking at the lyrics, that's all I can get. I mean, in the chorus, she says, guilty on the run, and I know what I have done, guilty on the run, and I'm never forgiven, and I was just a kid that you could not forgive because it's harder. I was just a kid, and all I really wanted was my father. And it's like, clearly, maybe she did something in her past that she's guilty about, and she feels bad about it, and it's eating her alive. And, she just wants to run from it, but, you can't run from something that you've done wrong. It's gonna catch up, and it's gonna eat you alive. And that's why I guess she feels guilty, I guess. The next song is called Hermit the Frog, and my mind's like, is this a play on of Kermit the Frog? I mean, we'll see. Interesting. That was a choice. Okay, so that was Hermit the Frog, and clearly this song to me, I mean, I kind of spaced while listening to it because my mind just went blank at a point because I was like, huh. But when I came back into like realization of what was going on, I was like, you know what? I think she's talking about like losing her virginity to a guy that was wrong for her. Because, especially in the chorus, she says, when my heart just burst like a glass balloon, I let it fly too high and it shattered too soon. I was the wrong damn girl in the wrong damn room. I broke my glass balloon. I let go of my glass balloon. And clearly, I'm just like, you're a glass balloon. That's an interesting euphemism for your virginity, but okay, sure. I don't know why my mind started spacing while listening to this song, but it just did, and my mind just went somewhere else. But when I came back, I was like, wait a second, is this song about her virginity? It was just like a epiphany moment for me. I was like, huh. Anyways, the next song is called Oh No. Ooh. So that was Oh No, and I think this is a very interesting song, not because of the like production and vocals of it, but for the lyrics, because I feel like this just really ties up what she's been talking about on this album about, her being like, oh no, I might be turning into these people that I don't like. I just want to be myself. But, as she said, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I find myself being like everyone around me now, and it's like, whoops, oh no, I've become what I thought I didn't want, and that really sucks. And my mind's like, Yeah, that really does seem to happen when you put yourself in like the situation of being in pop culture. It's funny because in this song, she's basically being like, I've turned to someone who is like everyone else, I've conformed, and this album really feels like a conforming album. I mean, the message of the album and the songs is her being like, no, I don't want to be like that. I want to break away. I want to be myself. But it feels like this album is like her conformity album. Like, this is just her trying to be a pop star. And it's like, it doesn't ring true because the sound seems off from what I'm used to with her, and the messages are just too simple. I mean, not in this song, but for the most part, in like the first half of this album, the messages are too simple and they're stated too simply. But I feel like she really breaks off with Electra Heart. So I think it's interesting how she wrote this album and then she had the introspection, I think that's the right word, to like see within herself that, I've become what I didn't want to become. And then with Electra Heart, she broke free of that. So I'm not the biggest fan so far of this album in general, but I like the progression that I see that she went through. The next song is called 17. Okay, Egyptian sounds. Or just haunted pianos. Ooh, he said, I don't want you to talk, girl. Okay, so that was 17, and I honestly don't know what the song is about, really, but I was vibing, I was living for it, I was feeling it, so that's all I gotta say about this song. And the last song on the album is called Numb. Me too. And that was Numb. And I think this is a great way to end the album. The song is really beautiful. I love the production. I love the lyrics. I mean, Marina is talking about being in a depression and her rising in the world, but at the same time, she's feeling really bad and she needs someone to be there for her. Seriously, everything you need to know about the song is in the outro. The outro basically just lays out what the song's about. It's just like, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm feeling. This is everything. And my mom was like, yeah, it was a great way to end this song. I mean, the depression stuff was already in like the early parts of the song, but the outro really just lays it out for you if you weren't paying attention. And with that, we finally reached the end of this album. And I gotta say, it ended on a pretty good note because the first half of this album, I was like, I'm not feeling this at all. But the second half of the album, I was like, okay, we have escaped this weird, like, boring, plain area that the first half was and have gone to somewhere where I'm like, yes, this feels like really good Marina, like Stardom Marina, like I can see how she evolved from this to go on to Electra Heart and Fruit. But the first half of the album, I was like, baby, it feels like what you're talking about in the songs where you're like, I'm an industry plant, I'm like conforming. That's what those first half of the album songs felt like. But the second half, I was like, now this is Marina. From Obsessions up, Marina, you did that. But everything before Obsessions, I'm just like, nah. I can see why people thought Marina was going to be a big thing with this debut album. I mean, personally, I think the album itself is just okay. I don't think it's a great debut album or a great album in general. I would probably give it like a, not going to be so liked for saying this, but probably like a C plus or B minus if I'm feeling very generous. But you know what? I can see the potential for Marina in this album, and you know, clearly she rises to the potential because Electra Heart is a great album, and so is Fruit. Fruit is my favorite of her albums that I've heard so far. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just like, this album, it's fine, but I can see the glimmers of greatness in it, and you know, clearly she rises to the occasion, as I said, because she makes Electra Heart and Fruit. What are my favorite songs in this album? Well, my favorite songs in this album Are You Satisfied? Yes, because even though it's in the portion where I said this is kind of basic, I still like that song. I also love Obsessions, Hollywood, The Outsider, Guilty, Oh No, 17, and Dumb. So that's 8 out of the 13 songs on this album that I really liked, and that's a lot more than I expected. That's a lot more than I expected. I expected to not really like this album based off the first half, but you know what? That second half really got me. For me personally, I feel like this is the weakest of Marina's albums. I see her growing with every single album, and I can't wait to hear Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land because I've heard 2 songs from the album already, and I'm like, that album is great so far, so hopefully it's a great album. And I can't wait to hear Love Plus Fear because it seems like people like that album, so I'm gonna trust and believe that that's a good album. Anyways, you guys, tell me down below in the comments what you thought about this album. Do you think it's good, or do you think it's just okay like I think? Please don't kill me for not thinking this album is a masterpiece, because some people will be saying this album is a masterpiece, and I'm just like, I guess, but in the 11 years since it's been out, I just don't feel like it really holds up, especially looking at her other albums, because her other albums, Electra Heart and Fruit, they are doing the work all these years later. Anyways, you guys, thank you for coming to my channel and watching this whole album reaction. And yeah, I'll see you guys around if you're around to watch another one of my videos. So until then, I'm gonna go now, you guys. So yes, bye.